Hello there. What's going on, everyone? Today we've got some cool stuff to talk about. On a surprise shocker, we got a live stream from AMG yesterday that was supposed to be clones being painted that turned out to be the preview of some of the stuff that's been leaked through Lion Rampant Gaming, and we're going to talk about that today because it's a little bit of a hint at what's coming next week during the mini stravaganza. If you guys are new here to the channel, there's still time left to enter to win the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. Also, there's plenty of links down in the description below. We have a family-friendly Discord server you can join. We also have a lot of free content on Crabbok.com, like an AI expansion, and lots of other good stuff over there, as well as lots of other links if you want to check my social medias or any of that other stuff. So you can check all of that out in the description below. You may notice also my voice is a little different than it used to be. I'm going through a little long-term difficulty right now, but hopefully we'll get some news on this in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. But hopefully I don't lose my voice completely, because the mini stravaganza is next week, starting next Thursday, March 18th through the 20th. We're going to be having lots and lots of stuff, and that's what this was all about. So I will be covering all of this. I will be streaming. I will be doing video recaps. I will be covering everything this next weekend. It's going to be a busy weekend for all of these games, not just Star Wars Legion, but also Armada, X-Wing, Marvel Crisis Protocol, maybe some mystery surprises, maybe even an all-new game. Who knows? So let's go ahead and talk about this. So originally it was supposed to be just a clone being painted, and all of a sudden he pulls out Kalani, or basically the super droid, and so this was part of the next wave of Star Wars Legion, and we got a lot of really cool stuff here. So and it's not just the mini, although at first it seemed like, hey, this is going to just be a mini painting, a surprise mini painting, and so wow, that's really cool. But no, it was more than just the mini painting, because we also got to look at some of the stuff that comes with this super tactical droid. And we knew this from the Lion Rampant leak, because we knew super tactical droid was one of like the 8, I want to say, expansions that are coming later this year, probably by, like, I think currently they're set for September. And that's what Lion Rampant says right now. As a matter of fact, that says September 17th, which means if you pre-order, you'll probably get them by Christmas. And I still don't have even shipping notification for my pre-order for the other stuff. I'm doomed on pre-orders. It's just it's crazy, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a good problem to have. There's definitely bigger fish to fry in this world. But yes, we got this guy. We got some artwork also for other things that are featured that are coming too. I want to talk about a couple of things about this guy, so I'll come back to that. But let's run through the artwork a little bit. We've got the fully painted version. He painted him up kind of red. Not bad for like a half an hour's worth of painting. And he did this really cool camo for the Kashyyk guys here. And that was kind of like, yeah, I'm doing Kashyyk because you're going to see some Kashyyk stuff. And oh, by the way, here's this. So that was pretty cool. And they gave us some more artwork. And you might have thought the first one, I'm going to go back a little bit. This first one was just straight from Star Wars Armada. That's we're like, all right, we've already seen him, right, in Star Wars Armada. But they a lot of times they use the same artwork multiple times. So if you see something in one game, good chance it'll show up in at least one other game, if not all three. Right, and maybe in other places too. Like it's Asmodee that does it, so they could use some of this stuff in the Star Wars RPG. Some things could show up in other board games, like whether like there could be art from like Rebellion and Outer Rim in these games, and like all of that stuff. It's all under the one umbrella. So it's once they've got it, they can put it in a lot of different stuff as long as it meets licensor approval. So we've got this one here. We've got this one here, which was definitely a tease, because if you look behind your Super Commando, there is some pretty cool long-awaited Magna Guards, and of course he revealed this little piece of artwork as well. So definitely confirmation that Magna Guards are also being spoiled. Again, if you've been following my channel, if you've been following the leaks from Lion Rampant, this won't be a surprise to you. It's going to be these guys. There's the big tank from Kashyyk that's coming, then the spider droids, these guys, and then the super commando, and then they also confirmed Yoda, which again, if you've been following the leaks, we knew that Yoda is coming, but they confirmed it in the live stream. So Yoda is also coming, and we're also getting Wookie Warriors. Which we don't know much about that, but it's got the same name as the Rebel version, so we don't know if it's going to be a dual faction pack, if it's just going to be kind of like the ATRT, the clone ATRT, where it's like the same thing, but only the clones can use it. If it's going to be, like, I hope it's a dual faction pack. That'd be kind of cool, because maybe then it could give some new goodies to the Rebels Wookiees, which I like Wookiees, but they're not great. But I still really like them because they're very good for the fun factor. And I think fun factor is an important aspect of the game. Not every single expansion has to be absolute top tier competitive. It's cool to have stuff that's fun to play. Also, like if you're not able to play Legion, lose, and still have a good time, I think that you're doing it wrong. I'm not going to lie, but I apply that philosophy to just about every game that I play. So, I want to bring something that I can have a good time whether I win or lose. And then at the same time, I also want my opponent to have a good time whether they win or lose too. I want to have a fun, awesome game. But we're getting the Wookiees, we're getting the little butterfly Wookie copter thing, and what else? We're getting an Imperial infantry assault or infantry support vehicle, which is the little swamp speeder. So they didn't spoil any of that stuff here. They did talk about Yoda. Kashyyk did not have a current version of Yoda in hand to paint, but he did paint our super commando. Now, what's going to be interesting about this one also, or the super tactical droid, not super commando. Super commando is something else. Or the super tactical droid is going to be really interesting because it's just called super tactical droid. So it got a lot of people wondering, like, are they going to have like different roles or different names? Like, is it going to have like a Kalani and there's multiple, not many, but there are multiple super commandos that have names. I think there's 3 total in canon right now. I'm not sure of, because there's another one that was like, it was kind of hidden, but it was like it kind of showed up somewhere in canon and was named somewhere else. But are they going to have those, or is it going to be our first, like, I don't want to say first generic commander because we have generic commanders, but is it going to be our first generic commander that's like a higher level, like on the level of other commanders? Is he going to be our first good generic commander? Wouldn't that be something? So I don't know. I'm really curious on what their approach is for something like this, or maybe it'll just be a unique, super tactical droid, and it'll just be called super. Maybe they won't use. I feel like they'd have to use some of the named. That just makes sense to me. So there's also was some speculation, and some eagle-eyed fans realized, hey, Kashyyk, you're painting this guy, but you have him on a red base. What does that mean? Is that like a little hint that this is going to be a dual faction pack? I don't think that that's actually true. So if you've been watching, if you notice that base is red, basically John Schaefer chimed in during the live stream, and he said, listen, guys, he just grabbed stuff that's available. We usually paint our bases anyway, so he just grabbed stuff what was like closest to him at the time. So he goes, it's going to come with a blue base like all of the separatists do. So he did say it will come with a blue base. However, if I'm just nitpicking here, he didn't say it will only come with a blue base, right? Like, so like devil's advocate, that he could have been saying like, yes, it will also come with a blue base, right? He didn't say also, but I think he was speaking plainly. I don't think he was trying to read between the lines. I think it's going to be a single faction pack. The Rebels don't really use these. Now there was that one episode of Star Wars Rebels where Rex and the guys kind of teamed up with that last bastion of droids. They were fighting each other, then they fought together for like just for a moment. So like you could make the argument that maybe he could side with the Rebels if there was a strategic reason to. And I get that. I mean, if you're really reaching, you could do that. But I don't think there's enough reason to make this guy a double dual faction card. I just don't think so right now. If anything, I think Yoda would make more sense to be dual faction, right? Like Rebels and Republic. But I don't think they're going to do that either, because I think the two versions of Yoda you see in the Clone Wars Yoda versus the Return of the Jedi Yoda is like they're like or Empire Strikes Back Return of the Jedi Yoda, like they're very different versions of Yoda. Original trilogy Yoda does not use a lightsaber, whereas Clone Wars Yoda pulls that thing out all the time. So, I don't know how many, because we do know that the LAT LE is going to be a dual faction pack. I don't know how many more dual faction packs we're likely to see. Wookiees could be dual faction. The Wookie Maga. Let me pull up the name for it really quick, because it's just so strange. The Radach Nasp Fluttercraft. That could be dual faction also, if you want Wookiees to, be able to work with both the Rebels and the Republic. I think dual faction packs are a great idea. I'd love to see more of that. I think that's something worth talking about in another video also. But all we know right now is, look, this guy's real. Like, the rumors are confirmed, and so that's exciting. And we're gonna get a lot more information next weekend. So stick with me. I'll be bringing it all to you. And And if my voice goes out between now and then, and I cannot speak, maybe I'll whisper. It might be a little bit like this. Sorry, I know some people don't like that. Or or I'll just do what I can. Maybe I'll just post on Crabbok.com if it comes down to it. But we'll get you the information one way or another. Or maybe I'll have one of the kids, or maybe I'll have my wife come do the narration while I do the hand gestures and be like, and then she'll be like, he wrote down that he wants me to say, look at these Wookiees, or something. We're going to figure it out. But all right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons as well. You guys are amazing, and I couldn't do this without your continued support. So thank you for continuing to support the channel. I will talk to you guys soon. I want to thank you so much. And as always, have a great day.